colugos have a large membrane of skin, patagium, that allows them to glide as far as 70 meters, 230 feet, from one tree to another without losing much altitude. Even the spaces between their fingers and toes are webbed. Cows have similar emotional range as dogs. They display boldness, shyness, fearfulness, and even playfulness. The Chinese mountain cat is one of the rarest wild cats, and was first captured on camera in the wild in 2007. An adult North American porcupine, Aetes dorsatum, has about 30,000 quills that cover almost all of its body. The quills are hollow and used primarily for defense, but also serve to insulate their bodies during winter. They cannot throw their quills. Seagulls stomping on grass is called the rain dance. This mimics rain by vibration, and brings earthworms and other bugs to surface. Trained African giant pouched rats have found thousands of unexploded landmines and bombs. Researchers have also trained these rats to detect tuberculosis. And most recently they are training them to sniff out poached wildlife trophies being exported out of African ports. Pangolins have soft, pale scales when born, which begin to harden by second day. Pangolins have soft, pale scales when born, which begin to harden by second day. This is the raccoon dog, the only extant species in the genus Nyctereutes. It's a close relative of true foxes and the only canid known to hibernate during the winter. Lynx have evolved enormous paws to distribute weight better in snow, acting like natural snowshoes. Golden moles have eyeballs, but they are covered by skin so they don't really work. Oh well. Once in the comb, nectar is still a viscous liquid, nothing like the thick honey you use at the breakfast table. To get all that extra water out of their honey, bees set to work fanning the honeycomb with their wings in an effort to speed up the process of evaporation. Giraffe gestation lasts 400 to 460 days, after which a single calf is normally born, although twins occur on rare occasions. The mother gives birth standing up. The calf emerges head and front legs first. Secretary birds are famous for its snake-stomping legs. A single kick delivered some 195 newtons of force. They are also famous for their long eyelashes. New study finds Holstein dairy calves are natural optimists or pessimists, just like us. The Manuel, or Pallas cat, of Central Asia has the longest and densest fur of all the cat species. Hippos can't really swim. Their big bones are too dense and heavy, so they just push off the ground, walking or bouncing off the bottom. In most Western cultures, black cats are considered a bad omen. But in Scottish lore, the arrival of a strange black cat signifies prosperity. Sea otters are keystone species in kelp forests. They feed on sea urchins, which eat kelp. Without the otters, these otherwise productive ecosystems turn into urchin barrens. Australian firehawk raptors, such as this black kite, have recently been found to purposefully spread wildfires by carrying smoldering branches to unburnt areas, to flush out prey, confirming long-held traditional Aboriginal knowledge. The northern cardinal is probably the most romantic bird species. They mate for life, travel together, sing before nesting, and during courtship, feed seed beak to beak. The platypus is unique not only for laying eggs. It also has electroceptors in its snout for locating prey, eyes with double cones, no stomach, a single duct for their urinary, defecatory, and reproductive system, 10 chromosomes, and the males have venomous barbs on their hind legs. The pygmy falcon is the smallest raptor in Africa. Adults are less than 8 inches long. Lumpsuckers are so named because they have modified pelvic fins that have evolved into adhesive discs, suckers, which they use to anchor themselves. Bearded dragons are a popular species among children because of their friendly and calm nature, and the relative ease of caring for them. Generally speaking, the bearded dragon is a solitary animal. The fastest cheetah ever recorded was named Sarah. In 2012, then 11-year-old Sarah was filmed running on the USA track and field certified course at an unmatched pace of 61 miles per hour. Sarah's 5.95-second 100-meter dash holds the known planet-wide record. Newborn kangaroos are about the size of a lima bean. They use their forelimbs to climb into the pouch and latch onto a teat until they leave the pouch after about 9 months. Blue penguins are the smallest type of penguin. Adults reach only 12-13 in tall. Owing to their small size and bright color, they are often called fairy penguins. Seals will perform the banana pose when they are feeling safe and content. Lifting their heads and flippers into the air also helps to regulate their body temperature and keeps their extremities dry when close to water. The Purdue deer is the smallest species of deer, standing at 15 inches tall on average. The ferret is the domesticated form of the European polecat, a mammal belonging to the same genus as the weasel. Native to Mexico, the axolotl has a slimy tail and a mouth that curls into an odd smile. It is known as the water monster or the Mexican walking fish. The world's oldest known wild bird, Wisdom the Laysan albatross, has laid an egg at 67. Wisdom has outlived several mates and has raised 30 to 35 chicks. Bats are not rodents. They are their own group called Chiroptera. They are more closely related to cats than rats. 3-banded armadillos are capable of rolling into a complete ball to defend themselves. Any love for baby coral? These are being transplanted en masse via sea robots to repair the Great Barrier Reef. They grow slow, 0.51 inch per year on average. It can take 10,000 years to grow into a reef. Although it appears to be, polar bear's fur isn't actually white. It's transparent with a hollow core that reflects light. The skin of a polar bear is black. The aardvark, alphabetically the first animal, plays an important role in preventing wildlife deaths from fire. They dig large underground burrows that wildlife can hide in during fires. Cats have a precise method of walking called direct registering. Their hind paws fall inside the place of their forepaws, minimizing noise and visible tracks, while ensuring more stable footing. 150 Kakariki Karuka chicks have hatched this season, potentially doubling this rare bird's population. Pangolins are unique anteater-like mammals that are covered in keratin scales. While people often haven't heard of them, they are actually the world's most trafficked animal. During hibernation, the Arctic ground squirrel's brain temperature drops to just above freezing. Its core body temperature reaches temperatures down to -2.9 degrees Celsius, 26.8 degrees Fahrenheit, and its heart rate drops to about 1 beat per minute. Cats can nurse hedgehogs. Unhatched chicks already have sleep cycles in their eggs and can be woken up by their mothers. It has been hypothesized that baby cheetahs evolved to look like adult honey badgers. This is due to the fact that honey badgers are so aggressive, almost no other animal will attack it, therefore providing protection for the baby cheetah. April 17th is Bat Appreciation Day. Bats play important roles in many ecosystems as predators, prey, and pollinators. Even their poop plays an important role as a bridge between sunlight and caves, a means for plants to spread seeds, or as an historical component in gunpowder. Manatees can't turn their head sideways, so they often have to turn their whole body to see something. It takes the alum, Proteus anguinus, 14 years to reach maturity. It can survive without food for a decade. An estimated lifespan of around 60 years. It never completes metamorphosis. Regional folklore held that they were baby dragons. When tadpoles metamorphose into frogs, they cease breathing with gills and start breathing with lungs. Pictured of a young frog gasping for air, as it learns to use its lungs. The San Francisco garter snake has been on the endangered list since 1967, and has been labeled the most beautiful snake in the US. Researchers estimate only 1–2,000 remain, but much of their habitat is located on private land, so an accurate count can't be made. Male ostriches will mate with 3 to 5 hens that will lay their eggs in a single nest that the male digs out. Every night the male incubates the eggs, and during the day the dominant female will incubate the eggs, which take around 40 days to hatch. The male and the females will help raise the chicks. The average lifespan of a wombat in the wild is estimated to be 15 years and 20 years in captivity. Patrick, a wombat of the Ballarat Wildlife Park in Australia, lived for 31 years, which is like a human that lived for about 130 years. Adult giraffes only sleep for a couple of minutes at a time. Baby giraffes will sleep for much longer periods of time with their head resting on their rump. The Burmese star tortoise is one of the few animals that have come back from being called functionally extinct. Wombats are herbivores. Their diets consist mostly of grasses, sedges, herbs, bark, and roots. Their incisor teeth somewhat resemble those of rodents, rats, mice, etc., being adapted for gnawing tough vegetation. Unlike their chubby sociopath cousins, wild pygmy hippos are shy and timid, tending to ignore one another over being aggressive. Getting only to about knee height. Fewer than a couple of thousand of these wee beasties survive in the wild due to pressures from habitat loss and hunting. Aardwolves are shy and nocturnal, sleeping in underground burrows by day. They have often been mistaken for solitary animals. In fact, they live as monogamous pairs with their young. The Seeker deer is a highly vocal species, with over 10 individual sounds, ranging from soft whistles to loud screams. Ruby-throated hummingbirds fly straight and fast but can stop instantly, hover, and adjust their position up, down, or backwards with exquisite control. Otter mothers raise their young without aid from adult males. When the pups are about 2 months old and their coats grow in, their mother introduces them to the water. Kakapos are making a sweet little comeback in New Zealand. A few new chicks have finally arrived in the country, due to a slight but very significant baby boom. The chicks are the first to be born in 3 years. Rats can experience feelings of regret. Aardwolves are a member of the hyena family, but prefer to be solitary, eating termites using their long tongue. A single aardwolf can chew down on 250k termites in a single night. The maned wolf is not a wolf, nor is it a fox. It is the only species in the genus Chrysacian, meaning golden dog. The pygmy falcon is the smallest raptor on the African continent, and it barely reaches 20 centimeters in length. Echidna, along with platypus, is a member of monotremes, egg-laying mammals that do not have nipples. Van kittens are initially born with pale blue eyes, which change to a deeper blue or amber as they grow older. Occasionally, you'll also see a van with one amber eye and one blue eye, or two blue eyes of different hues. The milk of pinnipeds consists of up to 60% fat, allowing the young to grow fairly quickly. Pups can gain over 2.2 kilograms. 4.9 pounds per day while nursing. This is Wally. He has what is called angel wings. It's due to his diet, which is mainly bread. Now, Wally can't fly. He can't migrate. He can't get away from predators. And that sucks. So, feed them good things, not bread. Alpacas have been bred for centuries for their luxurious fiber. It is both water and fire resistant. Badgers are fastidious animals. They dig a latrine separate from their burrows, and have been known to hunt cooperatively with coyotes. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed listening, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fun daily content.